Opinions are the cheapest commodity available. Today on Life with Leif, I want to talk about opinions, right? Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has something to say. On Life with Leif today, we're going to learn how to figure out who's full of it and who's not, who you're going to listen to and who you're going to ignore, because that's a very important part of improving your life. Hello and welcome to Life with Leif. I'm Dr. Leif Smith. Thank you for joining me in this video, and I hope you subscribe. So today I want to talk a little bit about opinions. Why? Because everybody has them. You get on social media and everybody has an opinion on something. It gets tiring, doesn't it? And how about this? You ever go through a day and you realize how many people give you unsolicited advice about something? Whether it's something you're wearing, something you're eating, something you're doing, something about your career, how you walk, how you talk, right? Everybody has an opinion, and everybody wants to give you that opinion. So, to whom are you listening, right? To whom are you listening? This is one of the questions my mentor, Alan Weiss, asks. And this is what he taught me. This is something very important that he taught me. Be careful about who you listen to. Now, how do you know who to listen to and who not to? Right? What if you really do look not so good in those pants? Maybe you look a little too thick with like 3 or 4 C's, right? Maybe you want to get a good opinion. And how do you know if this is a good opinion or not a good opinion? Right? You ever watch the old American Idol videos where they have all the people that got on there that didn't get good advice and they auditioned and they shouldn't have because they sing like you and I? Not very well. But they went anyway. They got bad advice. And that's what Simon, right, used to tell them. Who gave you advice and said you could sing? Because you can't. It's just an unfortunate fact. They got some bad advice, some bad opinions. In other words, we need to be careful to whom we are listening. How can you determine who to listen to in your life? Because there's thousands and thousands of opinions surrounding you, right? Well, here's one thing I use. If someone's going to give me advice, first of all, I'm going to ask them for advice first. So most unsolicited advice you're going to get doesn't matter. I've given speeches before, and people come up and tell me what I did wrong in my speech. First of all, okay, I know, I screw up a lot. I say dumb things, yada yada. But I never asked your advice on what I screwed up on, so I'm not listening. Why do they do that? They do that because they want to feel better about themselves. If they can pick on something about you, they can feel better about themselves and go about their little life. So I've had speeches where people give me unsolicited advice. When I'm working out, I've had people give me unsolicited advice. I've been at parties where people give me unsolicited advice or unsolicited education, not knowing I'm a pretty well-read person, or that I'm a clinical psychologist by training, or that I work with some of the best athletes in the world, and they're giving me advice without even knowing anything about me. So maybe your life is a little bit like that. Maybe you get a lot of unsolicited advice. So one of the ways I first differentiate is if I come to you and ask you, I want your opinion. If I don't ask you, I don't want your opinion. When I do want your opinion, I will ask you. So there's one way to get better advice, is ask for it. Number 2, here's a better way to get better advice. Listen to people who have done what you want to do. That sounds obvious, but we don't do that enough. If I want to learn about brain surgery, I'm going to find the best brain surgeons and neurosurgeons in the world, and I'm going to watch their videos on YouTube, right? How to do brain surgery on the weekends. I'm kidding. Don't do that, and I'm guessing there's not videos out there. Actually, there probably are videos out there, and they have more subscribers and more views than mine. So Who are you listening to? Have they done what you want to do? Would you get ski lessons? Would you get bike riding lessons from someone who doesn't know how to ride a bike? Or someone who doesn't know how to ski? Would you listen to someone giving you advice on a sport who's never played sports in their life? Well, you might laugh and say, of course not, but you're doing it in other areas of your life. You're listening to career advice from people that aren't doing as well as you are. You're listening to career advice from someone who got bad advice themselves. I get a lot of students who want to be psychologists, and they come to me and they say, what do I need to do? And I say, here's my opinion. Here's what I've done. Here's what's worked for me. Ignore me if you want to. And they always say, thank you. That's not the advice I was given. I'm sorry. This is just what's worked for me. If you want my advice, I will give it to you. If you want to ignore me, like all my friends do, go ahead. That's fine. I don't mind. But you asked for my advice. This is my best advice. So go to people who have done that which you are seeking to do. That's another great way to sort it out. Do they have a track record? If they don't have a track record, you don't need to listen to them. There's a lot of people out there who are pocket specialists or armchair quarterbacks. A lot of people. And their opinions, unfortunately, are loud. Loud does not mean accurate, and loud does not mean truth. Keep that in mind. So when you leave this video, by the way, I want you to subscribe. I want you to join my community, and I want you to be one of the people that I help get better, be better, and do better. But when you leave today, figure out, who do you want to listen to? Whose advice do you want to listen to? For instance, when I read a book and I find an author I like, I find all their other books and I read all those books. Because I like their opinion. I like what they've done. I'm impressed. Let me get a little bit more of that information. And if I don't like the book, I don't read the next book. If I don't like the video, I don't watch the next video. Right? You see how it goes. So these are some ways we can sort through all that muck out there, right? The sea of opinions that we're swimming in. And when you get better advice, you'll get better information. When you get better information, you can do better in your life. You can execute better. Thank you for joining me today on Life with Leif, and I will see you in the next video.